This soup is why people think Olive Garden knows what they're doing. But this version is the one I actually make here in my home. Zuppa Toscana is one of the soups that disappears fast with creamy broth, the savory sausage, some tender potatoes, and just enough greens to balance it all out. And of course, that special extra that you throw in at the end. Today I'm walking you through my go-to version for this cozy, comfortable, flexible, and easy to make soup from home. Welcome back to Everyday Harvest. Today we are making that Zuppa Toscana, as I said, and it's real easy, it's quick for a soup, and it's absolutely delicious. This is one of the soups that I'd love to have. I'm not huge on soups, I'd rather have a stew any day. This is my favorite soup, so I'm super excited to share it with you today, and it's really easy. It comes in 3 steps. Cook the meat, add the aromatics, do the rest of it. There's more to that, but we'll get into this as we go. So first step, as I said, is to start to brown the meat to cook it through. I'm using a mix of some hot Italian sausage and some mild. I've got a 2-year-old who loves hot, but let's be honest, probably shouldn't have as much hot as I would like it to be. So we're gonna start browning this and get going. We wanna use a heavy bottom pot for most soups. That's at least my personal preference. So this little Dutch oven is going to be great. As I said, we've got some hot Italian sausage and some mild Italian sausage. If you don't have either of those and you still want to make this at home with what you do have, grab some regular sausage and then throw in some Italian herbs. You need a little bit of that rosemary, a little bit of that thyme. If you really want to get into it, some garlic and basil could be good. A little bit of basil, not a lot. But really, we want to get this browning as much as we can go. One of the things that I love about this recipe is that there's really 2 awesome secret ingredients. First one is going to be next that we throw in here. All right, the sausage is almost done. I want a little bit of variety of sausage sizes. I want them a little bit small, but also a couple larger chunks is totally fine. I personally am of the opinion that variety adds more sauce to life. All right, we're just going to put this in a bowl, let it dry out a little bit. You can keep cooking the rest of it with the sausage in it. I've done that many times, but for today, I want a little less that extra fat in there. There's gonna be plenty of it. We're gonna add like half a stick of butter in a minute. We're gonna have a lot. And that's our sausage. So our next step is our secret ingredient, bacon. It's just, I'm using about 2 slices of bacon chopped up into little pieces, or larger pieces, let's be honest. I want this down. I love the taste of bacon with this one. I know it's not traditional, but I love bacon, so we're using it. If you want to omit the bacon, that's totally fine. Usually a lot of people will garnish it on top with it. I like to cook with it a little bit more, but that's me. So we'll give this a minute to cook and then we'll do the next stuff. Right, our next step is to throw in our aromatics. We've got some bacon grease in here already, but I'm gonna also throw in some butter because butter's awesome. So the only aromatics that we're gonna use for right now is some onion and some garlic. I used about 4 cloves of garlic. Usually that's what I like to use. If you like a lot of garlic, 4 to 6 is awesome. If you like a little bit of garlic, less is fine. Let this butter melt in with that bacon. And then we're gonna throw in the onions for a little bit. We're gonna let those get translucent. Then we'll throw in the garlic for another minute. After that, we are going to throw in our potatoes and then the rest of our stuff. Okay, butter's looking good. Time to throw in the onion. The onion's gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes to really get translucent to where we want it. And then we'll throw in the garlic for just a little bit longer. Love that extra sausage. And now we wait. I'm calling it inaudible because I feel like it. In my last video, we made some herb salts. This is my Tuscan garden one. It smells delicious. We're gonna just add a little bit. Cook in a little bit, and then you throw in the garlic. Let's do that, because again, garlic's is my favorite. Before I put the potatoes in, I'm gonna throw that bacon back in because I want to. All right, so we've got our aromatics smelling awesome. That's step number 2, adding those in. Next is to just let it all cook together. We're gonna throw in the potatoes with our broth. This is technically stock, but whatever. This is from our Thanksgiving. This is the last one that I had. I'm kind of sad, so I had to go buy some more stock. Oh well, use what you got. So we're gonna throw in our potatoes. We're going to throw in the liquids. Oh yes, and our water. We're gonna put the lid on this. We're gonna let this cook for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Gonna raise the heat so it starts to boil a little bit. We wanna cook those potatoes all the way through. And that really is the third step. It's not our final step. I lied, I'm sorry. We've still gotta add our greens as well as our cream to make this. Again, this creamy broth is just literally one of my favorites with this soup. I'm not a huge soup person, as I said, but this soup, every time. I adore this soup. So we're gonna take a break. We're going to let this thing do its magic, and then we'll add the stuff. One of the best things you can do while it's cooking those potatoes is to do the dishes you just made a mess with. Okay, our potatoes are almost done. We've got another minute or two, but we're pretty close. That one is pretty much there. But we got a couple bigger ones. Typically, if you've got a good number, a good size of some red or yellow potatoes, I prefer yellow in most circumstances. Red are great. Just don't use russets. Russets are just bleh. But anyways, usually if you have enough of good sized yellow potatoes, you're going to shoot for 2 to 4 at most. You want a good mixture with everything that's in here. But somewhere between 2 to 4 potatoes. I've got 7, but that's because they were small. Just another minute or 2, and then we'll start throwing the rest of this in. It's smelling great in here. If you can see the steam, it's just, like I said, soup is not usually my go-to. I'm more of a piece of meat with some rice and some veggies. That's usually my go-tos, whether that's on a tortilla, sandwich, you know, whatever it might be. But this soup is the one that I always make. It's my favorite soup. It's like the only soup I actually do make because I love it so much. And I'm super excited to have this for lunch. My wife and daughter and I are gonna be sitting down and eating this when we're done here. It's gonna be great. All right, everything is looking pretty good in here. The potatoes are looking done, and we've got to next finish this with our last step, other than our secret ingredient. And that's to add the heavy cream. We need about 2 cups of it. And then we've got some kale as well. I'll be honest, I don't like kale except in this. This is the only time I actually like kale. Sometimes it's okay in a salad if it's like a small piece with everything else. But in this, it's great. If you want to use a different green, go for it. I've never done it with any other just because it works really well. It's a very hearty and heavy green, so we don't want to cook it forever, but we do want to let it cook down a little. So let's first start by adding our delicious kale. I know that seems like a lot. It is, but it actually works really well with this soup. So we're gonna mix that in, and in a moment, gonna add in our cream and throw the sausage back in from the very beginning. So let's do this. So we don't want to boil with the heavy cream in here. We want it to a small simmer if you can, but it's great. Now, last thing before our secret is to just bring all of the sausage back in. Look at all that grease. That is so much. And that is one of the major reasons why we take it out. This has enough fat in it with the bacon and the butter. Keeping all the sausage in there with all its fat, you really don't need it. All right, so we're gonna let this cook just for another minute. We're going to finish cleaning up, then we're gonna plate it up. As with any other thing that we cook, we do need to taste it beforehand, so We need to see if we need to add a little bit more salt or a little bit more pepper. So here's just the broth. That's good, but we're gonna add a heavy amount of pepper. I added some when we first started the boiling process. That's probably way too much, and it definitely needs some salt. Keep in mind, we've got a lot of soup here, a whole pot's worth, so it's gonna be good. Just look at that. I mean, just the stuff itself is pretty awesome. Okay, mix it up. Let's take one more taste test. All right, that's almost ready. We need a little more pepper. My daughter and my wife are sitting over on the stairs, so excited for this soup. Do you want to come say hi? Come on over. Come here. Say hi to the camera. Are you excited for this soup? Is it gonna be yummy? Yeah, you're being really quiet. Okay, I think we need one more taste. Do you want to taste it? How's it taste? Tastes good. She's really quiet for some reason. Okay, that pepper was right. So we gotta add the last ingredient to make this awesome. And that last thing is some Parmesan cheese, okay? We want a good amount. We still wanna add some more personally after we plate it and put it in our bowls, but we need some Parmesan cheese to make it more creamy. Do you wanna put it in? Okay, big handful, yep. Woo! What do you think? Another big handful?
No.
No? Okay, I'll just do the rest. Why does it use that much? Okay. You excited for the sausage in this? You excited for the potatoes? It's gonna be yummy, huh? Soup. Yeah, all right. All right, you wanna stir it for a minute? Okay. As I've said before, she loves helping in the kitchen. She's fun. Okay, can you mix this part over here? Okay, we're gonna turn the heat down to low. Just let it keep it warm, and we're gonna start eating it. You wanna do this? Okay, you ready to put it in your bowl? Get it out. Hey, let Daddy get a little bit more for you, okay? You ready to eat this? Let's get a little more sausage. Okay, let's see if we can get one more big potato in here for you, okay? You like potatoes?
Yeah, I do.
And that's her bowl. Just the big stuff in there as well. That looks so good. Well, from my kitchen to yours, I hope you take some time for this wonderful cheese everywhere. I hope you take some time to make some of this soup. It is fantastic. Again, this is my favorite soup. Thanks for joining us in the kitchen today, and we'll see you next time on Everyday Harvest. Go make a mess and enjoy some good food.